I'm Dara. I just finished adding these slits to my new blouse to make it a more comfortable fit around my hips. I made some video project notes on how I did this simple change to my new blouse. They're coming up next so you can see how I did it. I just bought this top at Walmart and I really liked the it's a soft pink and white stripe. And I thought the sleeves were kind of fun. But when I tried it on, I realized it's just a bit too snug around the hips. My plan is to create slits. I could just do one side, but I'm gonna do both sides to about here, which is, I'm gonna say 6 inches, by unpicking the seams and then refinishing the edges. And I think that will just give me a little bit of extra room. Here's my top. There we go. Just need a little mark there to know when to stop unpicking. The first stitches that need to be picked out are these hem stitches. And I don't need to go too far, but I can tell, I don't know if it shows on the camera, but I can tell that there's possibly some back stitching along there, which means more than one row of stitches. So I'm just gonna stick my blade in and try and get an opening. I have a feeling, because this fabric is part linen, I have a feeling there's going to be a fair bit of fraying, but I'm okay, we're okay. So I'm just, the picking part is just actually slicing right now because of the back stitching. I'm on my second seam and I thought I would film it. I'm sitting in a chair in front of the window and I have the camera holder jammed up between my leg and the arm of the chair to try and get it to film, because I was just standing in my own light when I was filming on the table before. So here's all this serging. So I've got these little these snips here that are nice and sharp, and I'm going to I found when I was doing the other side they were helping me a bit more than the seam ripper. Stick the little point under and snip, pull, and then there's, you know, there's lots of thread there from the serging and the seam, but it's not damaging it too much. And I don't mind just picking up those threads by hand. They're better than, I guess it's a choose your poison kind of thing when it comes to ripping out or, you know, removing seams and garments that have been made in a factory. So there's my mark right there. So I'm getting close. It's been about 2.5 minutes. Okay, I'm at my mark. That's my seam opened up and a little part of the hem. So to create the slit, I'm going to stick with the factory pressed in part here, and I'm going to turn under, and this top of the slit will be a little bit, you know, fudged, but that's okay. sew this by hand. And as I get here, I will put some reinforcing stitches right there. This would be a good machine sew, except for this part where it's fudged. This kind of soup for me, this kind of close, precise work I find difficult to get accurately on my machine. I would rather do it by hand. See my thumb where I'm always stabbing myself. I'm doing some hand basting on my English paper piecing experiment. I was getting tired last night and I kept stabbing myself. That's what all those little wounds are. I forgot to put my ointment on before I went to bed. Okay, I'm coming to the top here. So I'm going to just keep that angle going. I'm still working from the right side out just so that the underside of the back stitch is on the inside. Because also I don't have any white thread, so my thread is a little bit more obvious than I would like. Although from way down at the bottom of the blouse, I don't think it's going to be obvious. So just make sure I'm catching my fold, and I am. Okay, I'm at the top, so I'm going to get my needle through to the back. Oops. And I'm just going to try and reinforce this because I cut the seam stitching here, so I just need to make sure that it doesn't come undone. And I might even do a sewn-in knot just to add a little extra insurance. And see, it still looks neat on the other side. One more sewn-in knot and then I'll start sewing down the other side. Okay. So back through, there's my fold right there. Go back through that. Sew down the other side with my back stitch. And I will show it when I'm all done. Okay, I'm all done. That took me about 10 minutes to do that hand sewing. And that's what it looks like from the outside. There's the top of the slit. That little blue mark will wash out in the wash. And there's the other side. And then there's the inside. So it's nice and tidy, and I'm excited about going to try it on. I'm all finished with the alterations to my blouse, adding these simple slits to the side. I'm quite happy now with how it feels on. It makes it easier to sit down, and it was a really quick fix. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.